like Makro, they supply the majority of food to, let's say, spaza shops. What you call spaza shops? They buy their goods from here, shops like Makro. The problem that we have in South Africa is there is a lot of food that goes bad, especially in smaller shops. So let's say Makro, you see Makro like this, they order food. Then people come and buy chips here and drinks and other types of snacks, like, for example, peanuts and sweets. When those things expire, they are then put somewhere, and then corrupt officials within those companies then take those goods and sell them to spaza shops. So you can see a packet of chips that is 2 years old has been taken and it's been sold to a spaza shop by a manager at Makro or at another place. But Makro is the biggest. Makro is the biggest corporate. So if the task force is watching me, they must understand what I'm talking about. The biggest corporate is Makro. Here, almost every spaza shop in the whole country buys somehow from Makro, who is the biggest supplier of this food. So if you go outside Makro, you're going to see a bunch of small trucks all over the country. But they're small shops, smaller locations, don't sell fast, and they have got these expired products, which they then take to behind the scenes. So they sell them through the back door. And I want to answer this question here. I'm seeing a question says, are you sure you know who is behind this? So let me give you some actual facts and evidence, because I don't talk things I don't know. So myself, I used to have a shop, right? About 2 years ago. I used to have a shop at let's say in a more affluent area. Right? I've got a bigger shop. And one of the things that I sold there was snacks. So snacks are like chips. And so the stuff that you buy when you're quickly moving out of your house. So at one point, we made a big order, I think about 50,000 rands from Makro. And we bought this online. And I've been waiting for this day. I've been waiting for this day when I'm going to explain what this is all about. So you see, there were certain online collections. That is where you buy goods. So online collections, that's where you buy goods. And I want to show you how these expired goods are getting their way into the market. And if you're in Zimbabwe, you must watch very carefully, because the majority of the expired goods are going to Zimbabwe, Zambia. If you go to Zambia and eat a piece of chocolate, it's like you're eating oil. That's how bad the food is, especially the garages. I bought a chocolate at a garage in Zambia, and it was as if I was eating rotten oil. The reason is these managers from Makro, they're involved in this thing. So I want to show you actual communication that I had with these guys. So what happened is, after we bought this, so I'm going to take you into my email now so that you can see what I'm talking about. Let me see if I can find my email, because I really want you to see what I'm talking about here. Let's look at this email. So what happens is, so I'm giving you this so that you understand, because kids are dying. I don't like kids dying. So this is my communication with some people from Makro here. So we bought some drinks and we bought them from this online store. So let me show you the online store that I'm talking about. So we bought them from the online store. And I went and picked them up, 50,000 worth of stuff. Then I said to the guys, okay, I think our shop opened around February. And one day, a customer walked in and bought a drink, and I was not aware of this thing. The customer went and bought a drink, and he said to the guy who was selling, but your drink is expired. And in my whole life, I did not know that a Coke can expire. I was shocked. And I asked the guys to look at all the drinks we had, because we bought about 20,000 worth of drinks. And to our horror, all the drinks that we bought from Makro had expired. So we bought them and they had expired, and they had only been with us for a month. So I then asked the guys that they must remove the drinks, all of the drinks. And at the end of the day, we had a trolley full, I think 2 or 3 trolleys of drinks. And then we took these drinks back. So I can show you, you see this email here. It's a list of all the stuff that we bought. That is Fanta Orange, Coca-Cola, Pepsi, Brooks, Oros, all this stuff that we bought here. It was expired. So we took it back. And when we took it back to the online guys where we bought them, they said, no, these drinks were not bought from here. So the store where we bought it is not the store where they got in the drink. What companies like Makro do, they go to the place where they've got expired goods or almost expired goods. So they look in the system and they look at the store where they are almost about to expire. And they then order, your online order comes from there. It was just unfortunate that our shop opened late. Otherwise, we wouldn't have noticed. Or if we were at a party, we're not going to notice. But unfortunately, our shop, we couldn't open at the time we wanted to open. So it took about a month. And therefore, the expiry was abandoned. And I think this customer who came in the shop was very educated on expired goods. So I went and said to them, okay, we need to return all these expired goods, because we can't sell expired Coke. So they sent me to the shop where they say we bought the stuff. The online store of Makro refused to take the drinks. So I drove to Makro River Sands with the drinks, and I said to them, your drinks have expired, so we can't use the drinks. You must refund us. And then the manager then said, they called the guy who's called the food manager, and he said, no, we can't take the drinks because it took longer. Why did you guys take long to bring back the drinks? I explained to him that by law, if you cannot sell something that is over 6, and that is within 6 months of expiry, if it's a food, you must not sell that thing as a wholesaler. They're not allowed to sell a product that is above or about 6 months to expire. If they do, the person who buys it must return it and they must take it back. So they refused to take it. And I said, fine, I'm going to leave these drinks here and I'll go back to your managers and we'll talk about it while you hold the drinks. That is not the end of it. That is only the beginning of the drama. So I went back and with these emails here that I'm showing you to and fro with the guys to say, right, I talked to all the managers and all the people who are up the chain. Nothing happened, nothing came out. So I lost. I said, okay, fine, I admit that I've lost. I think the drinks that I had at that time were about 5,000 rands. That's a lot of drinks, 5,000 rands. So I said, fine, if you guys don't want to refund me, give me back my drinks. Do you get it? I said, give me back my drinks. They could not find those drinks. So I said, where did you put my drinks? The drinks were expired. You refused to refund me. So where are my drinks? Give me my drinks back. I want them. And up to this day, Makro has never been able to give back our drinks. And I can tell you where those drinks went. They went to a spaza shop in the high density areas. Some unfortunate kid drank those drinks and someone pocketed that money at Makro River Sands. And that is obvious. So what I can assure you, and the committee that is investigating, that has been set up, ministerial committee here or task force, don't go far. Go into a Makro, go into the Checkers, go into a Pick and Pay, just to run through that whole section, especially the smaller stores in the lower traffic areas. And you're going to see that there's a lot of expired goods. Also, the government of South Africa must force all these big companies to take back their stock. which is expired from the spaza shops, because then the spaza shops are forced to sell expired goods. Otherwise, they will have to carry the loss. So that is my contribution to this discussion. It's not about the foreign-owned shops. It is about the source. South Africa should never allow the sale of expired goods. Any food, any item of food that is 2 months away from expiry must